God's people, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another dose of encouragement. We made it through a whole week. It's Friday. If you missed any of the videos this week, I highly recommend go back and check them out, right? This week's videos are brought to you by Witness Wear Clothing. Remember, it's clothing that sparks a conversation. Every t-shirt, every hoodie sold, the proceeds will be used to pour into the lives of others. So go shopping, grab you a shirt, grab a friend a hoodie. Let's rock our witness wear out in public. People say, hey, what does that mean? Or where'd you get that shirt? And now it opens the door for you to share your witness. All right, this week's post, let's check it out. It says, if the Bible is stepping on your toes, it is because your feet are in the wrong place. I love it. Check out the verse that I chose to connect with this. This is Hebrews 12:6. And it says, because the Lord disciplines the one he loves, and he chastens everyone he accepts as his son. He disciplines you because he loves you. He chastens you because you're his son. He corrects you because you're his son. I love this, right? I have two sons, but I have many students that I teach every single day. I don't discipline my students the same way I discipline my sons. Why? Because they are my sons and I love them. So I hold my sons to a high standard. I hold my sons to a level of respect and honor that I can't necessarily do with someone else's kids on my job. Now, do I want to see the kids on my job do well? Of course I do, but they're not my children. So there is a limit to what I do with them. There's a limit to how much I discipline them or how much I chasten them. But for my sons, they get every ounce of the correction that I see that they need. We have to stop looking at God's correction as a negative. The fact that God has stopped to pause and to pour into you, to correct you, to show you where you're wrong, that means he loves you. Not everyone receives that kind of conviction. Conviction is a beautiful thing. When the word of God goes forth, when that Bible goes forth, the message goes forth and you feel it and it kind of hurts a little bit, it's on your toes. I remember back in the day, you'd hear one of the old ladies in the back, preacher start hitting right down her street. She'd say, ouch, you stepping on my toes, pastor. That was a sign that I hear you, Lord. I hear what you're saying, and I know I'm not living up to the standard. When you hear the word of God, when you read the word of God and you feel it on your toes, you have a choice to make. I can continue to make an excuse for why I'm not living up to snuff, right? Or I can make an adjustment. I can change. I can ask God for the strength to honor what I just heard, what I just learned, what I just read. But if the Bible, you feel the pressure on your life from what you've read, that is a good sign that you belong to God, because not everybody does feel that pressure. Some people can read the Bible, hear the message, and know that they are in the wrong and feel nothing about it. But if you feel any ounce of, I gotta do better. If you feel any remorse, if you feel any guilt in your heart for, what you just heard, what you just read, that it kind of hurts because it's landing right on you, that's a good sign that you are his son, you are his daughter. And every time, he will correct you. He will discipline you because he wants what's best for you. God's discipline is not to destroy. God's discipline is to build you. God's chastening is not to harm. It's to help. It's to hone. So when he takes the time to correct you, when your pastor preaches a word that challenges you, don't fight against that. Know that God is using your pastor to pull you to the next level in your faith. That word, although it hurt and it stung because it brought to your vision where you are wrong, where you are weak, where you are failing. Don't fight it. Don't resist it. Hear it, heed, and then obey what the Lord tells you to do where you've been disobeying in the past. And I promise, if you have that mindset, if you start looking at God's discipline as a sign that he loves you, when you start looking at his chastening as a sign that you belong to him and that he doesn't chasten everybody, you will thank God for the honor or for the chastening. You will thank God for the discipline that he's instilling in your life, because you recognize that you're going to become a son or a daughter that will make God say, look at my son, well done. In him I am well pleased. That's what you want to hear. And you can hear that if when the word goes forth and you feel it on your toes, you don't fight it, you receive it, you obey it, and you live by it. It's Friday, y'all. I thank you for joining me this week, and I pray that it encouraged you. I'm encouraged. I've got enough word in me for this week to keep striving to live for the Lord. I got 5 great ones for you next week. I'm excited about them. Can't wait to get them recorded for you. I pray that you will join me every day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Now, you know my mission, you know my goal, and I need you to help me. I can't do it without you. My goal is to reach as many people as possible to encourage them in their faith. So share today's video with someone. I don't care who you share it with. Share it with 2 or 3. Help me reach more people to encourage them. I need you. Watch it, share it, and live it. Now let's get busy living the life. God bless you.